as a mom, it was really hard for me to see Arjun suffer after every meal, stomachache, burping, crankiness. They did x-rays, they did stool tests, they did a bunch of blood tests and whatnot. We tried a bunch of different medications and nothing worked. And I was like extremely frustrated at that point. I was very confident when I reached out to you that we will be able to see a positive change in Arjun, and we thankfully did. 2.5, 3 weeks, we already started seeing a positive response. His stomach ache reduced. So he was still taking the medications, but slowly the improvement was so drastic enough that we could just do away with those medications. The lifestyle that you prescribe, it works absolutely great for him.
Hey Shruti, welcome. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, Hema. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing very good. Thank you very much. So, yeah, if you could tell us what his health concerns were prior to starting with me, and what made you to approach me.
Absolutely. So I have a 5-year-old called Arjun, but his stomach issue started when he was about 2.5 years old. So he started complaining a lot about stomach ache, and he would burp a lot, anywhere from 20 to 100 times a day. He was insanely cranky, he could not sleep. And at that time, we were working with his pediatrician, who then referred us to the GI specialist, pediatric GI. And they ran a bunch of tests. They did x-rays, they did stool tests, they did a bunch of blood tests and whatnot. And after months and months, the only thing they came back and said is that, oh, he's not allergic to any food or anything of that sort. It's okay for human beings to burp many times. And I said, how is it normal to burp 100 times a day? And they didn't have an answer for that. And as a mom, it was really hard for me to see Arjun suffer after every meal, stomachache, burping, crankiness. And they gave us ranitidine and a bunch of other antacid medications. Nothing worked. Omeprazole. It's like we tried a bunch of different medications and nothing worked. And I was like extremely frustrated at that point. And one of my friends who had worked with you previously, he recommended that I reach out to you. And that's how this journey started and started for us.
And how was his bowel movements and headaches, any other issues?
Yeah. So he used to get constipated a lot, and he used to complain about headaches as well. We did x-rays, and they said there was stool backed up in his system, and they put him on Miralax, and that Miralax seemed to help. But as soon as we stopped Miralax, the problem would come back again, and he would start the whole cycle of constipation all over again. So it happened for 2 back-to-back years. So we did a Miralax clean out, and then he would be on the maintenance Miralax phase for some time, and it looks like it used to be okay, but then after a few months, the same problem would start, and then they would do an X-ray again and do another Miralax clean out again. So it was like a cycle for us that we were struggling with.
How would you rate his physical health prior to starting with me?
It was really poor. He wasn't even putting on weight at that point of time. I would definitely say it was like around a 3 before we started working with you.
After starting to work with me, how long did it take for you guys to see the improvement in his health and in his digestion?
I know you initially said it will take 2 to 3 months, but we started seeing a difference like in about 2.5, 3 weeks. We already started seeing a positive response. His stomach ache reduced. The more and as time grew, it actually improved a lot. His headaches went away. His bowel movements started becoming more and more regular. Now his burping is completely gone as well. So yeah, we started seeing improvements and in as much as like 2.5 weeks, we started seeing the improvements.
Okay, and it's been how long since you have been following that? Since the time we started to now?
Yeah. So it's been an interesting journey. So we started working with you when he was 2.5. By the time he was 3, he was like pretty much a normal child. We didn't have to do anything, no tummy issues at all. And he was on his diet that you had specified. We have his dietary restrictions because of him being intolerant to gluten and dairy. up until the age of 5, it was perfectly fine. And at the 5th year, when we went back to the pediatrician for his well check, pediatrician said, "Oh, he's a 5. Maybe he's outgrown his intolerance. You can try reintroducing." And that was like the biggest mistake we did. It basically undid everything that we had worked over the years and did way more damage. And then that's when we reapproached you to help to get him back on track. And so it's been back and forth, but uh, definitely whenever we are following the diet that you prescribe and practices the lifestyle that you prescribe, it works absolutely great for him. I was very confident when I reached out to you, we will be able to see a positive change in Arjun, and we thankfully did.
Do you think now you are equipped to understand how his body reacts to certain foods and how certain foods are actually causing the problem? Or do you think you need support every single time? How do you think your learning process as we were doing this?
Yeah. Culturally, we are just so accustomed to eating things that we are, right? Like growing up, we eat rotis, chapatis, milk is considered like a wholesome food, eggs, wholesome food. So we grew up with so many beliefs that we pass on to our children, and we think, oh, child is not well, give him milk. Oh, eggs are very healthy. Give him egg every day. Roti. Oh, we've eaten rotis all our life. It's perfectly fine for him. Give it to him. But only after working with you, we realized that how things have changed over the years, how foods have been processed over the years, how they are no longer what it used to be, like how we ate, our parents ate, our grandparents ate, and how all of that is affecting our our gut in general, right? And so it's not only for Arjun, I think it's more at the family level at this point. We've had to unlearn so many things that's come to us, over our lifetimes. And then it was not an easy change to make in the beginning, but gradually everybody in our family is getting to understand the why of the diet changes that you're recommending, and it's become a lifestyle. It's actually become a lifestyle for Arjun too, because now as he's growing, even at school or birthday party anywhere, he's still a child, so he'll want to eat treats, but he's more cautious. He asks if anybody's giving him anything to eat. He's like, is this dairy free? Is this gluten free? So he asks, he knows what to ask for. He's watchful about what he eats. We as a family are now more watchful about what we eat, and we see the difference that it makes in our gut system in general.
Okay, so if you have to rate Arjun's health improvement between 1 and 10 now, how would you rate him now?
Oh, he's easily at 7.5, 8.
Once you understood how his body is reacting to various foods, how easy it is for you right now to come up with new recipes or to give up on the old things? Do you think this can be a new lifestyle for you?
So I think I've worked with you on ingredients that we can and cannot use. What can we replace certain foods with? We are used as an Indian family, we are used to like idlis, dosas, rotis, and everything. But with the ingredients that are no longer helpful to our digestive system, we have worked with you on identifying other replacement ingredients that can come close to our standard foods. And although we make the replacement, it's not too much of a difference in general. And so with the new just recipes that we can tweak in multiple ways, it's not that difficult. Initially, it feels difficult, but the more and more we practice, the more and more it feels like it's normal. It doesn't even feel like doesn't feel different. You don't miss everything that you used to eat before, for sure. So I would definitely say, don't think twice about trying something that everybody else is not trying. So in general, as a mom, as a parent, I would think, let's just go stick to allopathy, take the medications that the doctors are giving. But I would definitely recommend trying an approach like this, working with you, because firsthand I'm seeing the impact twice. Once when he was 2.5, and now when he's 5. Twice I've seen this work like magic. So I would definitely tell parents, not to hesitate at all before trying this approach. You know, when we started working with you, it's not like you pushed us to stop the medications that the doctors were giving you, right? So he was still taking the medications, but slowly, the improvement was so drastic enough that we could just do away with those medications. And those medications, frankly, were not working for him anyways. So for anybody who's watching this testimonial, I'd definitely say don't be afraid or don't think twice about trying this approach at all.
Okay, thank you very much, Shruti. Thanks for your time.
You're welcome.